Morning, everyone. It is Sunday. Oh, sorry, Sunday. Friday, FUNDAY. Oh, I am so beat. Okay, chat. I'm so exhausted. I hate feeling sick, man. This sucks. Ah, all right. Is the ass shake emo gone? I don't know. I haven't even like had the brain power to look at any of this stuff. I'll let you guys know when I look at it eventually, all right? You don't look sick though. As long as we look slay. Anyways, I have some throat coat. Yay! And I have some leftover soup. This is like I got some pho yesterday. So good. There's a place near me and it's like the pho's like $11 for like this giant bowl of pho. And even when I do takeout, I still like when I pour the broth in or like the soup base in, I still have so much spare left over. So I have a bunch of spare. I know pho is usually clear. This is like with the sauces they give you. So I put the sauces in. It's like sriracha and like poison sauce or something. But I'm just gonna be sipping this. It's pretty good. Um, and my throat coat and I have some water. I'm probably not drinking enough water, chat. I can't focus with the music. Silencio takes your voice away. Um, I wouldn't say pho is usually clear. I feel like usually the pho base that I get is always clear. But I'm talking about pho that's served in America, so American pho. And when I say clear, I mean like it'll be like a slightly whitish, slightly yellowish base. Transparent, but not not clear, not like literally clear. Let me see if I can get a picture. I don't have it. It's usually like it's like an almost clear, I feel like. It's like anyways. LOL, you said clear though. Okay, well sorry, I didn't mean clear, alright? I didn't mean clear. What were we saying? Are we sure all of the bad hummus is to blame? Opaque? Okay, it's not opaque. You can definitely see through it. It's like translucent. But it's like almost clear. It's like if you combined like 40% milk, 60% water. That would be, I think, the level of clearness. All right, anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh, we have some fun stuff to talk about today. Okay, first and foremost, take my seat down a little bit. Did the hummus make you sick? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Have you eaten any lettuce? Not really, no. But also I'm not getting any of the I don't think itchy throat is a symptom of poop pandemic. I don't think that that's there. But anyways, what is Auntie in about? You mean on about? Maybe I'm too sick to talk about this. You know what sucks? I have to talk at a deeper pitch so that my voice doesn't crack. Does anyone else feel this way when you're sick and you try to talk at your normal pitch and then your voice cracks? So you have to like lower your pitch a couple times so it doesn't happen. So if I sound like that, you guys understand. Ugh. All right. So, anyways. First and foremost, did you guys see PLATNER is like trying to make moves to get back into politics? Get back into some political races? And on the topic of disgusting creatures that try to run for office, I haven't talked about the Max Miller stuff at all, so I wanted to talk about it with you guys. Someone please make sure, hold me accountable. All right? Weeks ago, I said he 100% was going to run again, and people called me slurs. Maybe you phrased it in a way. I don't know. And then, did you guys see the clip? I haven't. I want to watch it with you guys. I want to watch it raw with you guys, but that Olivia allegedly is returning to the H3 podcast for some reason. Ah, Lacey, Lacey, Lacey. And then what was I gonna say? Um, I don't care how little people care about this topic. I care about this topic, and sometimes the Denim stream is simply me talking about the topics I really want to talk about, and everybody else deals with it. Okay, that's the Pants Broadcasting Service. Um, Specifically, guys, I really hate every time I go online and I see people being like, that's a fake goth girl. That's a fake goth girl. That's a fake goth girl. Like, and it's just like a girl in all black doing fun little like skits outside. It's like, I don't really give a fuck what you think about. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't. What would even make it fake? I don't even know. No, this is not about the Drake thing. This is about a different person. The Drake thing is very cringe, personally. What was I gonna say? It kind of gives I've already talked about this before, but it gives the same vibe as like the people that are like, you're a fake gamer. It's like, okay, as someone who is such a degenerate that I've wasted way too much of my life on video games, I don't give a fuck if someone plays Candy Crush and calls themselves a gamer. I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's so cringe to gatekeep those things. It's so cringe. Real gamer is not the flex you think, bro. Yeah. Am I a gamer if I play Pokemon Go? Yes, you're a gamer. In my opinion, you are a gamer if you enjoy playing video games and you've locked in at least one like 5-hour session accidentally in a video game. If you've done that, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what game it was. You have the gamer stamp. If you've ever been playing and you're like, oh my God, look at the time. Holy shit, I did not realize how much time I just spent on this. Well, games don't count. Like, whatever, loser. I don't care. I'm sorry, the medium is so irrelevant. I don't care at all. I don't care what you're playing the game on. If you enjoy playing video games, you're a gamer. Why would you even want to be a gamer? I don't even understand why anyone would want to, like, make being a gamer cringy. It's so bizarre. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, I don't understand. The grandmas that are playing Candy Crush and forcing the developers to continue making new levels for that Facebook Flash game are real gamers. Like, the only exception I'll make is mobile. Any other game is fine. Like, literally, who asked you? You're the CEO of gaming? Who the fuck asked you? That's the cringiest thing on the planet. That's so cringy. People do that with reading too. Oh my God. My favorite is the people who are like, you don't actually read books. And no, those books don't count. It's like, who asked you? I don't understand. Who asked? It's so cringy. It's so cringy. When we're talking about hobbies, it's so cringy. If anything, when you see the Candy Crush grammar, you should be like, here, my fellow gamer. Let me take you away from the slop and let you see the light. I'm going to say something very bold, all right? I feel like the Candy Crush moms that got the developers to make more levels, they got to like level 5,000 and like 392, and they were like, well, where's the rest? And they got the developers to make more levels, are more gamers than like 99% of FIFA players. If you think that that doesn't count because it's on a phone, you're actually a fucking moron. Like, you're an idiot. Like, you're just an idiot. You're just like being weird about it. Like, it's cringe. It's cringy. I will admit, I'm not a sports gamer. That's like the one group. That's the one genre of game that I don't play really. And I still think those people are gamers. If you play FIFA or whatever the fuck else, 2K, there's still a gamer in my books. They're just not my type of gamer, but that's fine. People must kill the cop in their own mind. Yeah, my favorite is the people who, like, way back during Gamergate 1, when people were like, women playing The Sims doesn't count as gaming. It's like, do you think clocking in a 12-hour session where I torture all of my Sims is easy? Do you think that that's easy? Hmm? It's not. It takes work. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes drive. All right? Ain't much, but it's honest work. I'm sorry, in my brain there is no difference between Minecraft, the average Minecraft player, and the average Sims player. Maybe like Minecraft speedrunning is its own genre, and I would put that into speedrunning. Because there's like sweaty gaming and then there's gaming. But like, do you think romancing death in The Sims is easy? It's not. Do you think I'm sorry, let me just say also, modding in video games, I would say probably, this is just a random stat I'm pulling out of my ass, but like probably most of the mods I would guess are made by men in the community, because usually most games have a predominantly male audience, except The Sims. I'm pretty sure the mods in The Sims are like 99% made by women. And it's made by women being like, these hairstyles are so fucking ugly, I'm going to learn how to code. The number of mods I installed, and I was like, well, I want this game to look less ugly. And then the mod is like written by someone who's like, sorry if it doesn't work in these ways. I had to learn how to make this. I've never made a mod before, but I just couldn't stand that this didn't exist yet, so I learned how to do it. Anywho, some of my modders also got pulled on to make official kits for the game. RE9 modders make me sad. They got so much weird shit for Grace. Anyways, I want to talk about that. And also I'm going to say, I feel like making your video games and making most hobbies accessible to more people is always beneficial for the people in that community. Like, that's my humble opinion that I feel like I have seen play out multiple times. Because you have more people that are interested, you have more people that seek work in that field, and then you have like more interesting variety of stuff. Like, I don't know, it's cool. There are women with full-time careers and families who will hotfix their mods within hours of game updates. Yeah. Excuse me. All right. What was I going to say? What about shareholder value? Denims is such a boomer. All the cool chicks are modding Baldur's Gate 3. That's true. And they're modding Leon Kennedy. Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. All right, anyways. There was something else. Oh, and then I have some variety stuff. That was all of the headline stuff. Then I have some fun variety stuff that I want to get to. I kind of wanted to briefly talk about whether or not Hasan was going to sue these people. The Scott Jennings, I think, was the person. I think. So I wanted to do that. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? What's this? Breaking: Luigi Mangione pleads guilty to federal stalking charges in the 2024 killing of United Healthcare's CEO. And this is the official NBC News article. Is this the article? Is this a video related to this? Hold on. I feel like sometimes on these websites, on these news websites, they'll put a video that has nothing to do at all with the article. It'll be like a video about how some guy saved like a kitten from a fire. And I'm like, okay, well, I like that story, but I was hoping the video could be related to the headline.
Gets up and not only talks about what that has happened to their loved one, but has talked about what that loss has meant for their life. And so I would expect in a case like this, it would not be at all unusual to hear from the victim's family at sentencing. Yeah. But we don't yet know, and I'm sure this will come out through reporting, we don't yet know, did they object to this? Did they tell federal prosecutors, please do not do this, we want a federal trial? Or are they hoping they're still going to get some vindication in the state case? Maybe they're hoping, since that's the second-degree murder case, that one will still go forward and they'll still see justice in that way. That's something we're going to have to try to report out.
Remind us why there are two cases. Why? I mean, normally these sorts of cases are charged at the state level. Am I right?
Yes, murder cases are generally falling under state jurisdiction, but there's this doctrine called dual sovereignty, which means if there is a federal theory that fits the facts of the case, a federal case can be brought as well. So here, the reason that you even see federal charges is that he crossed state lines in order to get to Brian Thompson and ultimately commit that murder. So that then falls under that federal jurisdiction. Now, the defense has been arguing and, shouting from the rooftops, especially since the death penalty is taken off the table. It's the stalking charges in federal court, murder charges in state court, that there should not be two prosecutions. And that's always been their argument with regard to double jeopardy. But the cases remain because of that doctrine of dual sovereignty. And Christine, that's why the timing, this is not lost on us, that this federal plea deal is happening before that state court case, because they only derive the benefit because the state law is a little bit broader on that front.
And then there's the backdrop of the spectacle of all of this.
Yeah.
Somebody deboning a fish in line today.
We noticed that too.
I mean, just some of
for the amount of money that he has raised to the tune of $1.5 million for his legal defense fund. Legions of people showing up to court whenever there's a court hearing, even if it's something routine. People who are camped out there in support of him. People who are saying, I too was hurt by the health insurance industry. Again, this is a murder case.
Yeah.
This is now an on-the-record killing of a human being, but people are talking about their experience with the healthcare industry and how it has wronged them. It's quite remarkable, what this has pulled out in people.
Totally. And, when you're talking about prosecutors coming to the table and engaging in these negotiations with the defense, and you say, well, we've got a video of him shooting Brian Thompson in cold blood on the street. Why would you even entertain it? Well, part of it is that trial is truly an unpredictable thing.
Also, what do you mean you've got a video of him? It's like this blurry ass video, huh? What the hell? Okay, I never really delve into the conspiracy theory stuff because I think it's cringy. So if I may for a brief moment, I'm still not even convinced that that was Luigi Mangione. Do you guys know that one photo of like the eyebrows? I'm still not even convinced that it's him. Like, I don't like to tinfoil too hard because I think it's bad to start diving into tinfoil territory, because then you start thinking everything is this nonsensical conspiracy. So I try really hard to restrain myself, but like straight up, I'm still not even 100% convinced that that's even the same guy. The arrest was weird too. Yeah, he was just sitting in a McDonald's and then somebody else called to report him and he had everything to prove his guilt on him. Like, I'm still mentally, I am at eyebrow gate still. All right, so we're all on the same page here. They said tinfoil instead of tinfoil. No, tinfoil hat, not beanie. But even if you ignore the tinfoil for a brief moment, you can't tell that that's Luigi Mangione from this video.
It's more bigger public policy.
Like, sorry, maybe I can go back. These fucking video players always suck shit. How do I go back? I can't even see the seeking bar. Is there even one? I didn't even know that there is one. What? Okay, I guess there isn't. I can't pull it up. Maybe I'll find it.
You don't listen. So all of that, this backdrop, it helps you to understand why we don't know what the family's position is, but there is some degree when you know there's finality.
Yeah.
There's no appeal. You don't have to sit in court and hear all of this.
Like, we saw him in the video. There's evidence of him killing this other guy. It's like, what? This could literally be anyone. What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? That's clearly Ted Cruz. Okay, Ted Cruz is definitely too rotund. Okay, it's definitely not Ted Cruz. Okay, it's live, so no. It says it's. Is it? But it's connected to this story. Wouldn't it be like a video?
Their opinion is
I guess
taken
it
into
is live.
consideration
What
by
the hell?
prosecutors. But it's
I
important
guess it's
to note,
breaking news
well,
that
they
just
have
dropped.
the
Never mind,
ability
you're right.
to communicate what the way they want things to unfold when it comes to a plea deal. It's ultimately.
There's a photo of his face when he checked into the hostel the day before. That's how we know his face. Well, that's what I was saying earlier when I said I'm not even convinced that that's the same guy. Like I'm still on mentally. I'm still on eyebrow gate. That I'm still not even like sold. That where's the photo? Like I'm not even sold that this is Luigi Mangione. This guy's like chin is so angular. And then there's another shot of like just his eyebrows and his eyes. This one. It's like this straight up looks nothing like him. Like this straight up looks nothing like him. These are all supposed to be the same guy. Like, okay. All right. I'm sure.
Trial, both of you.
All right. The video stopped. Anyways. These are all unidentifiable. Yeah, but again, I don't like to steer too close to tinfoil hat theory because like it takes you to bad places. I'm just saying, and I think you guys agree, they do straight up look like different people. Like I don't think any of those are conclusive. Like I don't. It's like that one photo of like the like male white actors. This one, this photo. Or better yet, this one, they photoshopped the faces on the same head. I could not, if you told me to like, I know the middle one is definitely Cucumber. Some of these are like, I don't know who the top one is. I don't know who this is. Like, I genuinely. One of these, I think, is Henry Cavill. I think. I don't know who this is. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Like, yeah, could those be? Sorry, let me reopen it. Could these all be the same guy? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they could all be the same guy. Could they be different guys? I don't know. Maybe. They look kind of different. I don't know. So, yeah, that's not a conclusive, like, this is definitely the wrong guy. This is definitely the wrong guy. I don't want anyone to think that. I just, you know, I'm just trying to illustrate a point. Oh, all right. The man charged with gunning down United Healthcare, gunning down is crazy. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a New York City street 2 years ago pleaded guilty to, is it really pleaded and not pled? Maybe those mean different things in different contexts. I don't know. Guilty to federal stalking charges in Manhattan Friday as Thompson's family looked on. Luigi Mangione, 28, revealed through his allocation to the court as he posed as a potential investor to confirm the location of an investors conference so he could track Thompson's location. He also told the judge he was motivated to kill Thompson because of his experience with the healthcare system as a patient with a back injury. Mangione faces the maximum sentence of life in prison. He will be sentenced at a separate hearing on December 18th. Thompson's family arrived at the courtroom shortly before the proceeding was set to begin. Pat Thompson, the victim's mother, was in the front row along with the relatives and executives from United Healthcare. The Thompsons have largely remained out of the public eye since the executive was murdered. Newly installed Manhattan U.S. Attorney James McDonald is the front row lawyer, and lawyers for Mangione filed into the courtroom early. Mangione was charged with two federal counts: interstate stalking, resulting in death, and stalking through use of interstate facilities, resulting in death. The charges carry the maximum penalty of life in prison and are separate from the state allegations, which include second-degree murder and firearm charges. So yeah, he's not pleading guilty to the murder charges as far as I know, but he's just pleading guilty to the stalking charges. Dude, I hate when articles do this shit. The brazen killing of Thompson, a father of two. Am I supposed to, like, shed a tear that someone is a father? Merchant of death. Yeah, why don't you call him what he is? Like, I don't... What? Oh, he came in a woman. Big deal. Okay, plenty of people have done that. It's just so annoying. I just fucking... But you know it's because people really didn't give a single shit that this guy died because so many people have had negative experiences with United Healthcare. So they have to, like, try and be like, guys, he was a father. Please think of that. The way that they prop up being a parent as being worthy of life implies that they think non-parents are not worthy. Well, I don't even think you have to go that far necessarily. Like, okay, and how many fathers was he personally responsible for killing because he refused life-saving medical care? How about that? I don't know. How about we just put down like a number of how about like the brazen killing of Thompson, a man who had brazenly killed 10,354 fathers. How about that? How about that? Since we care so much about this, it's just so annoying. It's just so frustrating. Counterpoint: Bin Laden was also a husband and father. Can you imagine? Like, covering Bin Laden, being like, Bin Laden, father. I don't know how many kids he had, admittedly. Ayatollah, father. It's like, no, everyone would be like, what the fuck are you? What the, what? What? If the only good thing someone can say about you post-death is that you're a father, yeah, I just don't. I can't. Put a spotlight on the country's healthcare, insurance, and industry. Widespread frustration over denied claims. He was arrested. Yeah. Okay, great. And then I did see this. Mangione's attorneys had sought to bar the notebook from being introduced as evidence at his trial, arguing authorities obtained it during an illegal search. Judges in both cases rejected that argument. What? Bullshit, dude. I just read that 92% of Americans either rarely go to the doctor or flat out refuse to seek medical care because of the cost. I have a friend who said, but dude, he was a dad when Charlie Kirk died. And I said, okay. There's nothing unique about, like, all of the horrible shit you've done in your life or said in your life and all the harm you caused is not negated because you had a kid. It's an important fact if you did nothing negative and you spent, like, talking about someone who spent their life towards, sorry, like, for example, oh my God, Miss Rachel. If you were to describe Miss Rachel, it'd be like, oh, and she's leaving behind children. that would have otherwise been taken care of, and now they aren't taken care of. Okay, that would make sense. The context there would make sense. But when you're an evil person, you can't just magically undo that by being like, well, listen, that guy had a kid. It's like, what? Can you imagine Benjamin Netanyahu, father? It's like, why is that that is not a relevant factor once you pass a certain threshold of evil. Or at least blatant disregard for human life. Like, Darth Vader had to leave his two children behind. It was tragic. It's like, Uh-huh. All right, let me close all these things. Let me pull this up. Sorry, this is kind of a variety fun day. Variety Friday fun day segment. You guys see this video? If you didn't, you're welcome. Why are you looking at these fig bushes when I got POV, you take a goth girl to Home Depot. Why are you looking at these fig bushes? Make it a little louder. Why are you looking at these fig bushes when I got the real deal right here? I'm just trying to nut and bolt. Easy seed. Why did I buy that when I get it for free right here?
What?
Oh, your seed. Stunt sensor. Wonder if it works. Because you're handsome. I find you're handsome. 69. Why are you looking at these fig bushes? I love this one. Stud sensor. Stud sensor. I wonder if it works. Because you're handsome. I find you're handsome. 69. Why are you Oh my god. Let me say a couple things. The people getting offended by this act like goth is a race. No, but you're so right. This is Denims' exact sense of humor. Yes, it is. Oh my god. Isn't it crazy that this has like 13 million views and it's just because so many people are mad? And they're like, this isn't a real goth. This isn't real. She's not a real goth. It's like, okay. Huh? What? I don't understand. Like, what? She's AI question mark? No, she's definitely a real person. She's definitely a real person who exists in the real world. I don't. Women must be AI. Everyone knows real goths sing by themselves on park benches. Yeah. I used to watch her Twitch streams all the time. She's so fucking funny. Is Denims AI? I actually am. Very few people know this, but I'm actually a figment of your imagination. You've been in a coma, chat, for 15 years. Anyways. Neffy, come back. I love this video of hers. This video of hers makes me so happy. I love seeing all of her content. It makes me so happy. Let me show you guys. Where do these freaks come from?
What?
You probably think that I'm like Amy because I'm a girl and have all the parts and stuff, but you would be wrong. I am like Shadow because of my dark and twisted mind.
Ew, you kind of stink.
That would be because you are smelling my alpha pheromones. You're probably really highly attracted to me right now. Probably.
Okay, you're really weird. I'm just gonna go.
Wait. I was just wanting to get your number. I think you're cute. I'd like to go on a date.
No. What?
Let me say a couple things. First and foremost, let me say a couple things. Why does she stand like that? First and foremost, she's so emotive with her face. Like, she's literally so emotive. I love her. Like, she's so, like, when she does, like, it's so, how could you not love her? Like, I don't understand. She's so goofy with it. Oh. Doesn't she say far right statements, or am I confusing her with someone else? No, this is not the Trump goth girl. This is not the Trump goth girl, no. She just does fun skits like this. She did a Drake collab though? No, this is not the same person. Hello? Guys, not all goth girls are exactly the same. These are different people. This is Queen Neffy, okay? What the hell? Huh? All right, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something very bold, all right? I understand the people that are like, well, there are, not exceptions, but there are, not modifier. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. There are qualifiers, I think, for participating in certain subcultures. I think you have to be at least some type of like counterculture in some way. If you are participating in like the goth subculture. But I also think that like there are a lot of people who seem to think that like goth subculture means that you can only be dark and brooding and never be in any shape, way, or form sexual ever. But we live in a Puritan culture. Like Gen Z is going further right wing on Puritan values and on like sex negativity. It is in fact counterculture to not give a fuck and be like, yeah, okay, what if I sexualize myself? Then what? What are you gonna piss yourself? You're gonna get really mad about it? Okay. Grow up. And this is like, if you look into it, there are like, this is gonna be shocking, but there are a lot of subcultures within subcultures. Here's this. Goth is just very much about not giving a fuck. She's more of 2014 Tumblr, 2020 TikTok e-girl. This is not what 2020 TikTok e-girl looked like. What? How is this counterculture when it's just about monetizing the sexuality? Why do you presuppose that this wasn't how she looked or how she acted or how she dressed historically? Like, if I got a bunch of anime figurines and I got a bunch of anime tattoos and people were like, but you don't even watch, you're just sexualizing yourself for weebs. It's like, why are you presupposing that I never have watched any anime or that I've never been a weeb in my life? And this is, it like fails to recognize also that like, historically, there have been many goth women that have been sexually alluring. It's not the only type of goth archetype that exists. But the idea that, like, this has never existed is, like, it's just wrong. Elvira, yeah, it's just like, huh? It's just one particular subculture within the subculture. It's kind of reverse sexism to say she's only doing this to profit off her body and not just because she enjoys comedy. Yeah, I just don't. There are so many avenues to sexual. Why would they choose goth to do so if that were their plan? Huh? First of all, what? Second of all, if you were like, okay, I will admit, at the worst stages of my life, okay, I was clocking in 12-hour. Oh, okay, you're saying, sorry, they seem genuine. Totally agree with you. There are so many, okay, you were saying there are so many other ways to sexualize yourself. Why would you specifically choose this particular avenue over all of the different avenues to do so? Completely agree with you. But I was going to say, like, at the worst points in my life when I was horribly addicted to MMOs, I was clocking in 12-hour sessions, and it was not good. It was not good. It was bad, even. If I recorded a video where, like, I licked a controller and then a bunch of people were like, fake gamer girl, that's not even how you use a controller, you fucking idiot, you bimbo. It's like, why are you presupposing and assuming that I wouldn't, and I'm instead satirizing something because I thought it would be funny? Did you have a job? Well, considering that I was in high school, no, I did not. I did get a job in high school at the very end of high school, but it was like part-time and just on weekends. It's just nonsense. It's like, no, because you sexualize yourself, it means you can't be actually a real goth and you've never been invested in the subculture ever. It's like, what? It's the same with discourse in certain queer communities blaming fetishization on sex workers, ignoring the fact that men would sexualize trans people anyways. Well, yeah, and it a lot of it feels so bizarre to say, like, I don't know how people don't recognize. It feels bizarre that if women profit off of being sexualized forever in any way, it must be their fault that people are sexualizing them. It's like, there have always been people that have been sexually attracted to goth girls. Like, hello? That's always been a thing. What? As an elder goth, I hope she gets her bag. Right? No one is saying that. That's not the argument. This is a fucking e-girl who makes fetish content. So, what if she had been goth since she was 14 and she's dressed and sounded and acted this way since she was 14 and now she records it for content on the internet? Is she still, she was a fake goth girl in high school and a fake goth girl in her early 20s, and she's still a fake goth girl now? She's always been a fake goth girl the whole time. Like, what about that world? I just want to understand that for a moment. Why don't the sex workers get real jobs? Bold coming from someone who's unemployed. Are you going to respond? I don't understand. Aw, just say you're hurt. Oh, so you admit then you don't have a job. So you admit that then? So you admit that then? That's okay. Notice how he continued to argue about sex workers, but did not disagree that he was unemployed.
They should be kissing
Tryindeed.com. Sorry, what? What if she were really goth, but she's cosplaying? Okay, so again, like I just said, what if she has acted and dressed this way since she was a teenager? You're telling me it doesn't matter? Even when she was doing this off camera, it was also fake goth. I mean, also, if you look at, like, one second. If you look at old pics, she definitely did more alt fashion and dark makeup. It feels like she's just doing cringe for the bit. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone is like cringing it up for the bit when it comes to content. Yeah. So she was a fake goth when she was dressed in all black and doing goth style makeup when she was a teenager. If she's wearing goofy fits and that's the end of it, then yes. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand these people. I don't get it. And I mean it genuinely. Like, it really is just because she's a sex worker. If she didn't have an OnlyFans, half the people pretending to care about goth subculture would shut up. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I feel like if everyone around you calls you goth or emo or whatever and you got bullied for it, and now you do it on the internet and you play it up a little bit for memes and you make money off of it and people are upset, it's just so bizarre to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand. And the problem is, men gotta harass women in person, and I guess the goths see her as the problem and rooting her out would stop it. Well, yeah, but this is the same thing as people that complained about, like,
can't do fucking shit.
Women, in hot tubs on Twitch and being like, you're increasing the harassment that all women get on Twitch. It's like, what? If you're not in a hot tub and you just do gaming content and you wear like a sweater all day, every day, and that's the only content you do, and you still get harassed as a woman on Twitch, it's not because other women are in a hot tub. That's just because men are being sexist to you. That has nothing to do with the other people. Hello? Like, it's just, again, it's just so bizarre. Neffy was a fun streamer. Not a big fan of current content. Really? I feel like I love her current content. You can get harassed for being a woman in a voice chat. It hardly matters what you look like. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Chatter. Men lie to make money off of crypto. Nobody blinks. Woman lies about her fashion for money. Everyone loses their mind. I mean, I also don't understand why it has to be like a lie. Like, I just don't. Why do you have such good taste? It's hard. It's hard being me. I feel like we have to genuinely engage with all parts of this critique. She looks like she fits, like, she looks like she fits the part, but nothing in her whole history of content seems to line up with the deeper fundamentals of the subculture. Like, if a conservative threw on a bunch of studs and a mohawk, we can tell he's not about that life. She has stripped the subculture of anything behind the surface. That's why it's fake. If you wanted to make goth content, you'd be goth and present goth. This is a poser issue. Okay, so like I just said, like, I feel like there is... You have a perspective about what goth has to be. This is why I brought up the gamer thing earlier, where I was like, people do the same thing with gaming, and it's really fucking cringe, where it's like, well, you're not a real gamer because all you do is play mobile games. It's like, who the fuck are you to decide the exact narrow definition of this subculture? A subculture is not exactly and everything what you want it to be. Like, I don't know what part of this is like this in my eyes, goth culture, a lot of it is about being subversive, and a lot of it is about being counterculture. If you took this person and you put them in like the average room or whatever, if you think that they wouldn't be counterculture, you're mistaken. Like, this is not conforming to the culture. Conforming to the culture would be like trad wifing. All her content is aesthetic. She doesn't talk about the culture, which is why it's mostly a music subculture. Okay, so if I never talked about video games, I'm not a real gamer. Like if I wore like, what's a major franchise of video game that I've played? Like if I wore like a Dragon Age shirt and I wore it to like a convention center, but I didn't talk to anyone at the convention about Dragon Age and I streamed it or whatever, wouldn't it be kind of cringe to be like, well, yeah, but you're not like a real gamer because you're like not even talking about the subculture. It's like, you don't have to talk about the subculture to participate in the subculture. Name 3 Cure songs or you're not goth. Trick question. The band's name is The Cure. What are your thoughts on bronies? Why would you ask me that question? I like Neffy, but I think your argument is bad. Okay, well, can you elaborate? When someone says gamer, what do you think most people picture? Like what a normie would picture? So a subculture is only the stereotype? Gamer guy who hates video games but doesn't play any of them. I guess in some ways, yeah, the label is being used as a stereotype. Well, isn't that like cringe? It's actually funny because when you look at the goth subculture Wikipedia, there's an entire section about how different people talk about how different goths are not real goths. Last year's through social media. Sorry, this is under mall goth. While goth is a music-based scene, the goth subculture is also characterized by popular aesthetics, outlooks, and ways of seeing and being seen. The last years through social media, goths are able to meet people with similar interests, learn from each other, finally take part in the scene. These activities on social media are the manifestation of the same practices which are taking place in goth clubs. This is not a new phenomenon since before the rise of social media. Online forums had the same function for goths. Observers have raised the issue of to what degree individuals are truly members of the goth subculture. On one end of the spectrum is uber goth, a person who is described as seeking a powder so much that they apply as much white foundation and white powder as possible. On the other end of the spectrum exists what another writer terms posers, goth wannabes, usually young kids going through a goth phase who do not hold goth sensibilities but want to be part of the goth crowd. It's been said that a mall goth is a teen who dresses in a goth style and spends time in malls with a Hot Topic store, but who does not know much about goth subculture or its music, thus making them a poser. In one case, even a well-known performer has been labeled with the pejorative term. A number of goths, especially those who belong to this subculture before the late 1980s, reject Marilyn Manson as a poser who undermines the true meaning of goth. I'm going to be very honest with you. I think this is one of those things where it's like, language is descriptive, not prescriptive. And to be quite honest with you, if you looked and acted this way in front of other people, this would be called goth. If you brought someone like this to a Thanksgiving dinner with your family, it'd be like, so who's the goth chick? There's like I'm also going to say something else that might be, this is kind of like a hard to swallow pill. I can only dream, right? There's also this big issue where black and brown girls are attacked for being poser and they can never explain why they're posers. Oh yeah, there's like, okay, I've also seen this where brown and black girls who don't want to wear literally white foundation on their face because it's not flattering to put white foundation on a face that has a significantly different skin tone are called fake goth because you're not even committing. And it's like, you can put on very pale foundation when your skin is already pretty pale. Like you can get really close to white if you're already pretty pale. If I tried to put on, and I'm pretty light skinned. If I tried to put on white foundation, it would look really bad on me. Like it would look ugly on me. It would not look good because it's not anywhere near my natural skin tone. I would look like a caked up ghost and not in like a nice way. It would look really bad. A white face. Not to mention how many layers you would have to put on to get like an even coat. I don't know which word I'm trying to describe here. This Mr. Mime a poser. You would also have to do all of your exposed areas as well. More layers than Queen Victoria. Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading stuff. I'm reading chat. I agree with you. I will say when people say they want a big titted goth GF, I don't think they're talking about the music choices or even the personality. And like the reality is like, this is why we have descriptors within language. And it's because try as hard as you might, you are fighting the inevitable to attempt to pretend that you can gatekeep people out of a community. Like, try as hard as the Gamergate people did, you cannot keep the people you don't consider a gamer outside of the gamer community. And that's why we have words like competitive. Like, I am a competitive gamer. And that's why we have like casual gamer. Oh, you like gaming, you will clock in hours into gaming, but you're never going to play like a game, like a ranked game. You're never going to do, you're doing casual gaming. Okay, cool. Competitive versus casual goth. And what's really funny too is like, even towards this character, Elvira, it's like, well, that's like a character. Okay, just a couple things for a brief moment. If she's a poser, isn't she putting on a caricature? Isn't she playing a character? If you think that she's a poser, then isn't she doing the exact same thing that this character is doing? And second, within the universe, is the character not meant to be goth? It doesn't matter whether or not this is a character or like an actor playing a character. That character is goth, unless you don't think the character is goth. Dude, Elvira is openly embraced in both goth and horror communities. What? Well, yeah, that's my point. I'm saying, like, this is a character that I think, like, the goth community accepts, right? And then because it's presented differently, or because it's being presented by a streamer or whatever, it's like, oh, well, this is a fake goth. This is a fake goth. It's like, what? Foundational, like Morticia Addams. Well, again, like I said, I just feel like there's this no, Elvira rode around in a hearse and lived in a rundown black mansion and terrorized teens. She was goth beyond how she looked. She lived it. But it's a fictional character. Remove how she looked and she was still goth. Remove this girl's looks and she ain't goth. I thought it was pronounced Elvira. Can't make me say that, chat. So just like as a quick question, do you know this woman personally? Do you live in her walls? You know what music she listens to? You know how much of her furniture is black? You don't know anything about this woman. You're just assuming everything and assuming that you're right about everything. Do you know whether or not this woman lives in a black mansion? So this is the problem that I have with the people that get mad about these videos. It's like, no, it has to be that she's pretending to be this thing. And in her personal life, when the camera is off, she acts like a normal person, like a normal non-goth person. It's like, damn, I didn't know you personally lived in her floorboards. I didn't know you lived in her walls and knew everything about her. No, you don't understand. She has to be dead to be goth. Oh, sorry, you're right. Also, goths, I think a lot of them want to point at someone to blame for the sexualization and the harassment going on. Can't blame a few people for men being disgusting, though. I understand the frustration is directed at the wrong person. Well, again, it'd be the equivalent of, like, me getting mad that women were, like, licking controllers in 2016 and being like, you're the reason why I'm being harassed when I play Overwatch. It's like, no, when I queue on voice, I'm getting harassed because other people are sexist. I'm not getting harassed because a woman is licking a controller. What? One woman acting a certain way doesn't magically make people... This is like the meme about, like, oh, you just turned me into a Nazi. You guys made society so left-wing, I had to turn into a Nazi. Can you imagine being like, well, I just have to hate all women... Or, sorry, I have to hate all women in video games because one woman licked a controller. It's like, no, you either are sexist or you're not. One random video on the internet is not going to make you so sexist that you're going to harass every woman you run into in video games. Hello? I saw a sexy girl once and now I'm a misogynist. It's like, what? No. So anyways, yeah. I like talking about this topic, chat. Denims or Chad, did y'all see the bi men discourse on TikTok? I'm scared. I'm scared. What about Edgar Allan Poe? I don't know. What about him? Is he goth? Or is he a poser? Yeah, I just don't like... This kind of like... It also goes into a sort of like who cares situation, I think. Or like... I don't really... So again... I don't care about how many fake gamer girls there are on the internet. Every single woman on the internet that pretends to like video games and doesn't actually play them, I don't really care. Like, I don't... Like, do you guys remember that one video? This chick, I don't even know if this chick was a real gamer, by the way, but this is an iconic... I want to be Winston. This is an iconic video that I am unearthing. This is an ancient tablet. And this woman got like made fun of pretty relentlessly. And I genuinely don't know if she's a real gamer or not. I don't know because I don't care. But allow me to unveil the ancient texts for you.
I'll be Tracer.
I'm already Tracer.
What about Widowmaker?
I'm already Widowmaker.
I'll be Bastion.
Nerf Bastion.
You're right, so Winston.
I wanna be Winston.
I guess I'll be Genji.
I'm already Genji.
Then I'll be McCree.
I already chose McCree.
I have an idea. What's your idea? You should be. I'm not gonna be rude. You should have picked Ruth. Oh, it's such a catchy song, dude. Oh my god. Hit or miss era? I don't understand a single thing she said. Don't worry about it.
Chaser.
Let's say this woman has never played Overwatch in her life. Okay, and? Okay, and? I don't, like... I don't... You can just think, okay, well, that person's not a real gamer, but, like, I don't understand beyond that point of being like, real girls don't do this. It's like, what? Real gamer girls don't play like this, and they don't look like this, and they don't act like this. It's like, what? So? Wait, I'm sorry, what? How is this, what is this impact does this have? Even if you think that, like, what? That's how I feel on the Only Sith Steal and Absolutes. That's how I feel about this. It's like, well, she, just because her entire wardrobe is black, and she wears chokers, and she puts on her black lipstick, and she does her white foundation, and her hair is jet black, she's not a real goth girl. It's like, now what? I don't understand. I mean, you can have that opinion, but I just don't understand now what. One Trick Punisher going 0-12 in your comp game. You're not a real gamer. She's probably never even summoned a demon. Yeah. The blending at her neck, though, is really good, right? Oh, thank you, Cernix. Why is this chatter still going? Get some self-respect. I go to college. For someone who claims to not care about haters, you spend an awful amount of time justifying yourself. What? I'm not goth. I'm defending goth girls. I'm not. What? What have I just... I would never claim to be goth. You sell your pussy! I do? Could you show me a picture? Since apparently it's everywhere on the internet, you should send me a picture of it. Since apparently you have it. Now, I know I've never uploaded it, but you must have something crazy since you have it and I've never uploaded it. Could you send it? Let me know when you find it. I mean, I just want to... You must have, like, some exclusive, like, battle pass for that shit, man. I don't understand. I don't get it. Did the chatter saying you sell your body every time you clock into work? Guys, this guy doesn't... He doesn't work. He just admitted he doesn't. Is he gonna respond? I do show my worm on stream. I do show pussy on stream. That's true. Anything else? Also, dude, you're totally fucked if you go to college. I go to college. And you can't spell yours. You're like totally boned. You might be completely boned. Anything else? Business major. Okay, listen. Someone with an accounting degree. Just because you're right doesn't mean you should say it. Doesn't mean you should say it. All right. Let me close all this stuff. Oh. To the chatter who said, I'm going to be 100% real. I'm hating because I'm jealous of this this person, don't be jealous, dude. There's so much to love. Be happy. Is he gonna say anything? He didn't say anything else. So boring. All right. Listen, nothing wrong with money, nothing wrong with pussy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you think women are prettier than men. Unlike Asmongold, all right, who thinks men are more beautiful than women. Excuse you. All right. Let's close this stuff. I just wanted to talk about that because I think unfortunately chat clocked it correctly, which is that this woman has a similar sense of humor to me. And it makes me happy. When I see her videos and I watch them, they make me happy. It's like she's so pure of heart. You know? Also, I want to say something else, which is I think this is kind of low key like a hard to swallow pill. All right? I think people don't know that there are a lot of quirk chunguses out there in the world. And they assume that everyone else, that there are no quirk chungai out there because they are not quirk chungai. I really hate to say it. I hate to say it. Like, low key, this is fucked up to say out loud. The Manic Pixie Dream Girl caricature, I used to hate it because I thought it was unrealistic. And then I met women who were actually like that in real life. And I was like, oh, they're just rare. She's real. She's just very rare. And also, most people, you wouldn't even like her. She would randomly book a trip and leave for like a month. She has too much whimsy and too much spontaneity. You wouldn't even like her. You like the idea of her. Being a zillennial makes me conflicted about quirk chungus people. My best friend is that exact type. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't know that this person existed, and then I met this person many times over. And I was like, oh, she's real. She is real. Oh. I've known one. She was so chaotic to the point where I couldn't even have a conversation with her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways. I cannot handle dating her. I have tried. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I loved my Manic Pixie Dream Girl friend that I met when we worked together for 3 months, and then she left to travel to sell jewelry. That's just what their life is like. That's what their life is like, okay? Like, this is... Can I pull up a video? This is, like, kind of a hate crime. This is a hate tweet. Because of how accurately it clocks. How do I find it? More? Hold. Where is it? I know I liked it. I know I saved it. No, not this, but I also have to show you guys this. What? Okay, I know I sent it to someone, so I will find it. Hold. It's worth the wait. In the meantime, please allow me to put something else on for you guys. Let me put on the equivalent of putting sand on. Friend of the channel.
The senator from Pennsylvania.
Average Fetterman interview.
Fetterman hungry. Fetterman need blood.
And hello to you as well. Now, Senator, what do you make of this new direction the Democrats seem to be taking ahead of the midterms?
Fetterman angry.
Why Fetterman angry?
Hasan, not Democrat. Muslim, not Democrat. Muslim, bad. Hasan, bad. Israel has a right to defend itself.
And just to clarify, you are referring to the communist podcaster Hasan Piker.
Kill, 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 kill,
Now
kill,
let me get this
kill.
straight, Senator. You're saying that as a Democrat, you can no longer see yourself as part of this party?
Israel has a right to defend itself.
Here to discuss, the senator from Pennsylvania.
It's like cinema, dude. Go give go give friend of the channel Sense Rules a follow. Alright. Okay, I think I found it. I think it was this. No, not this, not this. That was not it. That was an insane video. I know I saved it. What the hell? Alright, I guess it's gone forever. Just kidding. I guess you guys will never know what I was going to talk about. All right. Let's close these tabs. Now. I would like to show you guys. Meow, meow, meow. Where is it? Dude, this is how you guys know that I'm sick. Usually my link finding game is perfect. And if I'm struggling to find links, you know that I'm sick. Maybe it was here? No? Maybe it was here? Alright, I'll just look for it again. Hold up. We'll pull this up. Shifting gears into this. Did you guys see this? Olivia returns to the H3 podcast full time.
This was so fun. Thank you for having me.
It was so much fun.
It was amazing,
I'm just
Olivia.
always so happy when you're back in here, and it's been so sad since you left, but it's just always such a ray of light when you come back here and we do these together. So I wanted to ask you, do you want to come back permanently? Do you want to come back on the
I
crew?
want to come keep hanging out.
So this is actually an announcement. Olivia is coming back to the show.
Oh my God! I can't wait.
She's so back, guys. She's so back. And We're all so happy. We're so thrilled.
Are you telling me it's happening?
It is
It's happening!
She's so back.
I haven't told this story in so long.
Yay! And so we're all just so.
Dude, it's just so cringy, man. I have to say, I think a lot of this stems from like the desire to make this show like back to what's the fucking meme? We're going back to Goofs and Gaffs. We're gonna return to Goofs and Gaffs any minute now. We're going back to Goofs and Gaffs. The Goofs and Gaffs in question, I'm suing iDubbbz because he won't just do this one little thing. Why won't you condemn Snark? Just condemn them. Just condemn Snark. Please. Just this one little thing that I'm tacking on, even though all I said last time, all you need to do is apologize and do an apology video. Well, I changed my mind. You have to do this other thing, and this other thing, and this other thing. And I like the idea that he thinks like, don't worry, I found it's... Let me finish this thought before I move on to the next thought. I found the solution to bringing back the Goofs and Gaffs. The solution to bringing back the Goofs and Gaffs? Bringing someone else on, but not actually changing my behavior that causes everything to stop being Goofs and Gaffs. This clip is brutal. I remember this one. July 24th, 2025. Less than an hour into the 3-hour members only, girls only Love Island stream, Ethan Klein calls in, starts an argument about Palestinian American contestant Huda. And then it leaves Olivia in tears and walking off the set for the rest of the stream.
I can actually call it crash out because she was all in with this guy Jeremiah. Go then, just go be with your child now.
Oh, I think,
but then she stayed.
Mom can't live.
Oh, I know that cough. Ethan, you're there. You're on the air.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
He's in the I was gonna say that I don't really get what anyone could possibly like about Huda.
Okay.
Thank you.
He's like, I don't know if you guys know, she's a fucking Arab.
This was important enough to call in and interrupt the show flow?
Yes, it's very important, Dan.
Interrupt, Dan.
I don't know.
I'm adding to the conversation.
Stand on.
Also, man, holy shit, dude. It's a girls only podcast and you're like, everyone needs to know my opinion right now.
Business, Ethan.
Why?
From what I saw.
AB, if you're afraid of subreddits, then that's not. We don't care about that here.
No, dude. I'm the anti-Semitic Zionist. Don't you know? Everyone, half the internet calls me anti-Semite yesterday. They're half Zionist. No, I don't care.
Why are we talking about Zionism?
Because apparently Ethan Huda has a whole army. She has a lot of loyal supporters, so people are afraid to call her out.
Yeah.
Why?
Because she has a Huda army apparently.
Fuck the army. The Huda army.
I don't. You know,
Do they all have
Ethan's
bad
not
eyelashes?
here today. You know who's not here today?
Let me just say.
You know who's doing something else?
Huda.
Ethan. Ethan decided he didn't want to be here for this conversation.
I'm here now. And I have something important
you're not
to
though.
say.
You're not here.
I don't see you. I don't see you.
Yeah, I remember she ended up, this isn't even the clip that it happens, but she ended up like leaving in the middle of the episode. I don't know why it's not this clip, but whatever. No, for sure, man. So the point that I wanted to make that was bigger than this was I do feel like there is this sort of like phenomenon where there are certain content creators that had like a really quick rise to fame, but they don't actually know what it is that they did that like made them famous, if that makes sense. Oh, also, hi, Shaitembo, welcome. And so they, like, I think Jenna Marbles is a good example of not that, or a good example of, like, the opposite of that. I feel like Jenna Marbles had a good understanding of why people liked her, why people watched her, and then she capitalized on that and constantly changed and evolved as a YouTuber to match the demands of the people, right? This is the same thing sort of like with, I almost said magicians, musicians, where good musicians will retain the core style of their work, but it'll constantly change and evolve, so it's not the exact same thing over and over and over and over again, right? And I do think that there are some creators that fail to understand this, and I think Ethan is one of them, where I think he genuinely doesn't understand that the reason that people, I think the reason that a lot of people began watching Ethan was because he was a silly guy who didn't take himself seriously, and he was like the resident idiot, but he was like the well-intentioned resident idiot, and he didn't pretend to be anyone else. And then I think like after the October 7th stuff, he decided that he wanted to be like a serious political commentator, and then he was mad that people weren't like taking him seriously. And then it sort of devolved into this like ego that he developed about everything, that he knew better than everyone else around him. And like, I think this is like a good example of sort of that idea as well, where it's like, this is an episode that's supposed to be like a girls only episode where they're talking about Love Island, and they're talking about the cast or whatever. And you don't care to show up in person because you think that the episode is boring, or you didn't want to, or whatever reason. I'm not going to speculate on why, but you get so mad that you're not part of the conversation that you call in because it's like, well, everyone has to care about my opinion, of course, right now. This is, even though the podcast episode was not marketed this way, I am going to show up and I'm going to do what I want. And like that ego is like vibe killing. It's like, it's literally like the Goofs and Gaffs were in the room and then you killed them. And it's the same vibe with the lawsuit. It's like, how is this bringing back the Goofs and Gaffs? Like, what? It's almost a little comical, though. I don't know if this would be depressing for Ethan Klein to find out or whatever, but how do I explain this story? Or these stories? I have some friends in my life where they are very, when they introduce me to other people, they'll say, oh, she's great. She just won this lawsuit against this like stupid, evil person. And they'll be like, whoa, you're in a lawsuit. Like, who are you getting sued by or whatever? And my friends will say like, do you know Ethan Klein? And they'll say like, no. And they'll be like, do you know Trisha Paytas? And they'll say, yes. And they'll say, do you know the Frenemies podcast? And they're like, yeah. And they'll say, that guy. And they're like, oh my God, he's still around. Which has got to be brutal. Now, admittedly, the sample size is women. So I think more women would know about Trisha Paytas than would know about Ethan Klein. But that is a brutal way to get introduced, I think, in those conversations. She's much more well-known and actually liked. I think winning a couple debates with some of the world's dumbest people inflated his ego too. Oh yeah, winning a debate he won one debate against Pearly thinks he's like, dude, I'm kind of like a genius. It's like, it's just Pearly things, dude. She made Anna Kasparian look good. Like, hello? It's not exactly an impressive feat. Her response to Anna Kasparian at one point just became, oh, the nagging, the nagging. You're just nagging me now. Oh, see, Anna, you're still nagging me. You know, men hate when you nag. Like, and I'm not even exaggerating. You can go and watch her debate with Anna Kasparian. It was brutal to watch. Oh. XUC owned his ass with the "your whole house on my wrist" comment. No, I think he owned him when he started doing the worm. Remember this video? Ethan comes back from the bathroom, instantly ruins the vibe by yelling. Dude, stop. I have to say, no. Playing it in this format it doesn't do it justice. You know what does it justice? The Amon animation video, which I gotta say, remember when he didn't watch the Amon animation video and he's like, I think it might be anti-Semitic, so I can't watch it. No, where is it? It's like,
yes, we are. Shit! I have spent every waking moment on this project.
Except for when you take care of your kids, right?
I don't think Hasan knows what's coming.
Here it is. This is everyone talking about.
I'm about to hit Celestial night. Where you at?
Celestial?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
That's what it's called, right? The one after Grandma Store.
All right, where were we?
Grandma Store. Not to brag or anything, but I did hit Celestial solo queue. Oh, and then they fucking nerfed Penny. And I don't even care that they nerfed her. I like when my characters get nerfed because then they don't get banned as much. But they fucking nerfed her CC. They banned the one reason why I loved her kit. Like the joy that I would experience CCing a strange. Nothing brings me more joy. Nothing brought me more joy than playing Marvel Rivals. And Doctor Strange rolls up with his fucking ultimate that he spent all day charging up. He's like, the Eye of Agamotto. We're going to get a team kill. The Eye of Agamotto's eye. We're coming. Let me light it up. Hold on. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. By the eye. And then I CC him and and then he dies immediately. You know that guy just like broke his keyboard. He broke his keyboard. And that was me. It's me every time. It's always me. What is CC? Crowd control. Like stunning someone or rooting someone or whatever. Felt so good. And then they fucking nerfed that. They nerfed her right click. It's so brutal for me. Anyway, so that's a brag, but I did get to solution. I honestly, I wish I could have duo queued, but I'm pretty sure duo queuing is more brutal in that game than solo queuing. Solo queuing, I didn't give a shit. It was like every game. Anyway, moving on.
I wanted to say Hasan is the human embodiment of the Che Guevara shirt sold at Hot Topic. He is that personified.
Were you thinking about that in the bathroom?
Yeah. I would love to open the.
Where you at?
Celestial?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
That's what it's called, right? The one after Grandmaster. Celestial.
I'm busy taking care of my pregnant wife.
Oh, boo-hoo. I hear that. I hear
topic. He is that personified.
Were you thinking about that in the bathroom?
Yeah. You cooked on that one.
Anyhow.
Brutal stuff. All right, moving on. Moving on from all that. Well, you know what? Sure.
So thrilled. Everybody's missed Olivia. There's been a light has dimmed in this office, and now it's back. And we can.
It is back.
And now the Goofs and Gaffs will come back. I don't need to change any of my behavior. It can't be me. It's got to be everyone else. It's that all my co-host are unentertaining. We got to get someone else. That's why. It's like. Okay, sure. Sure, man. Well, whatever you say, I guess. Whatever you say. It's awesome that everyone else can see it, but Ethan Klein will never. It's an incredible display of arrogance, I suppose. I have to say, by far the funniest outcome about all of the Ethan Klein stuff is that everyone in the H3 audience was so gleeful about him like lighting a cigarette and being like, I'm going to sue these creators to build generational wealth for my lawyer. And then I light up one cigar and make a joke about it. And they're like, you're literally taking this way too far. It's like, what? I'm celebrating winning against a guy who I think is filing a frivolous lawsuit against me. He could have just not done that. He's celebrating making people bankrupt. Like, what? I don't know. I feel like one of these is, to be fair, Denims, your cigar was so big and it was bothering me. That's true. Ah, that's so true, King. All right, moving on from that. Let's go here. Also, I'm so sorry I missed this. Always Cog, thank you so much for the 16 gift subs. What the hell? Senator Ron, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Sorry I missed these subbies. I apologize. I was in a heated moment talking about some nonsense on the topic of lawsuits.
I do legitimately think these guys are trying to get me killed. I will say it.
And look, if people embrace Piker, would this be the ultimate undoing for the Democrat Party?
I hope so.
I hope so. I don't think so, but I hope so.
I have no faith in that because their Achilles heel has always been they don't know when to stop. They don't know how far they've gone. But the country keeps changing, Stu. So we import a lot of people that bring in foreign ideologies. There's a larger and larger pool.
It's beautiful.
Foreign ideologies.
That
5 years of this. Fear the Puff. Thank you for the 60 months. Holy shit. You've been around for many eras of denims. Many deni, if you will.
Immediately, the reasonable Republican concern immediately turns to great replacement theory. Like, remember, this guy's supposed to be the moderate Republican, right? Turning Point USA, spiritual successor, not as ridiculous as like a Nick Fuentes type, right? And what is the difference? I mean, him and Nick Fuentes completely align on the great replacement. It's just he doesn't think Jews are responsible for the great replacement. Nick Fuentes thinks Jews are responsible for the great replacement. That's it. But they still agree that the great replacement is taking place, that the Democratic Party, like he would probably say George Soros is doing the third world migration
Cute Karma, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs. What the hell? Thank you.
into the United States. Nick Fuentes says it's all Jews. So even on that front, there's not like a big fundamental difference there. It's so strange that we act as though the Republicans are not the radical ones. It's actually like if you're a liberal and you lean in any way, shape, or form to the idea that like someone like myself represents a radical wing, a radical perspective. Meanwhile, these are the guys. These are the normal guys on Fox News. And this is the normal commentary coming from the normal Republican Party. I mean, you're out of your mind. It's completely ridiculous.
Even all of those clips, you've left out so many about how he's excited about impoverishing the white middle class, how he jokes about a better era when we go back to lynchings when it comes to black people.
Wait, what? They've lost their dang minds, I think. That one is what I don't even know what that is a reference to. Is that the one that like they put up as a hold on. That was Scott Jennings lied about it? What the
On top of these candidates,
what are they
Ed, choose to keep for company. Just listen to this. Hasan Piker in Cut 8.
I don't give a what black people care about. Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the up. That's not how politics works. Oh, well, Hasan, how dare you? Like it or not, black people care about this issue. The issue is literally a guy LARPing as a black person saying black people care about ICE.
Our plan will lower costs and save many middle-class families.
It's like, it's kind of crazy that I would argue that if you're on the left, but also maybe like this particular corner of the internet, I think like streaming leftist politics, you have to spend so much effort making your stream as unclippable as possible. Like it got to the point where, okay, you guys already know this. People who tune in all the time, you guys already know this. I feel like it's good to have a very glass half full mentality and constantly think about like, okay, well, these are the lemons I was given. I guess I make lemonade now. And there are so many instances where you deal with bad faith actors, but I think that there's always something to learn. And maybe it's just cope on my part where I want it to be true, so therefore I will make it true. It's the if I ask for a margarita and you give me a margarita meme. So like when I think of some of the times that I've been clip chimped where I'm literally quoting someone, like the Giardia thing, like I'm literally bar for bar quoting what Ethan said, and then people then later argue like, you made that up, you're pushing this lie about this stuff that he said. And it's like, okay, what can I learn here? got it. So if I'm ever talking about anything that might be even remotely controversial, I'll just play the clip of them saying it. Because you can't deny reality. If I say, here's literally what they said, and then I play it and I'm saying, see, that's literally what they said. This is exactly on the screen right now. It's pretty hard to, I don't even know how you would clip chimp that. I don't even think it's, oh, you played a clip of him saying something. How could you do that? You know what I mean? That's a lime. Shut up. And I think that that's a very good example of like one way that you can stop getting clip chimped. It's still insane that it happens, but like, and it is insane that like Fox News can air a story about like you're pro lynching because you said you don't care that that particular black person said that they're pro ICE. That's not representative of anything. And even if that guy was the CEO of every black person in America, that doesn't make the position magically correct. Being pro ICE is not magically correct because one guy said it who happened to be from a particular group, right? And I do feel like a lot of streaming, unfortunately, in this sector, in this corner of the internet, is like practicing that ability. Oh, he says it later when reading a comment. Okay. To like not say, who cares what these people think, blah, 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 blah.
Thousands of dollars a year.
Like it or not, black people care about the border. Man, shut the fuck up. Black people care about the border. I don't give a fuck what black people care about or what you think black people care about, okay? I'm talking across the board. The Democratic Party literally is going to fucking lose. And even if they don't lose, move the country to a significantly more right-wing position.
Which, like, again, what he said is not incorrect, but, like, unfortunately, because you're going to get clip chimped on the internet if you do left-wing stuff on Twitch, you have to be cautious to be like, why would it matter if there were black people in this country that thought ICE was good? That doesn't magically change my position into thinking ICE is good. Those people are just wrong. Coming off the Ethan Klein stuff, I'm curious, would they run the same clip compilations on their show as Fox News? Wait, what do you mean?
Okay.
Scott Jennings might be the one person they hate more than Hasan, LOL.
Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not how politics works. Okay? I hate that. I hate this, like, shield. Okay? I hate this fucking idiotic shield. Okay? Oh, well, Hasan, how dare you? Like it or not, black people care about this issue. It's like, it's such a fucking stupid stance. Okay? It's such an idiotic stance. Nobody operates like this, okay? Black people don't operate like this either. Shut the fuck up. Stop using this as a fucking shield.
Children with asthma.
Random anonymous guy claiming, oh, black people care about the border. Black people care about...
As a black person who's dealt with both sides at Denims, I've had some Republican and MAGA ex-friends try and claim Hasan has said this to try and win me over, and it made them mad when I asked for the full clip in its entirety. Oh. As a black person, chatters weaponizing our skin against him is disgusting. And I mean, it's like, low-key kind of ties into the previous conversation a little bit about like blaming women for sexism. It's like, wow, real ally to the women community that you're blaming women for men being sexist. Incredible stuff here.
ICE, you don't know what black people care about.
This is the equivalent of saying, well, there are queer people that care about excluding trans people from spaces. It's like, and who gives a fuck? Their opinion is wrong. Hello? Guess what? Being part of a particular group doesn't make you have perfect opinions. You can have incorrect opinions and be trans. You can have incorrect opinions and be gay. You can have incorrect opinions and be a man or a woman or black or white or Asian or any other group of people. Like, your opinion is wrong. You don't magically hide behind some identity to say, nope, my opinion has to be right. Now, you can use your identity to explain why you have the position that you have. And you can use your lived experience to explain why your particular position exists. But to just like throw it out and be like, well, you know, there's a lot of people that care about this thing that are of this group. It's like, that's not what? Stupidity does not discriminate? Yeah.
Bullshit. That's not true. A chatter that wasn't even black, by the way. Just a person that was either LARPing as a black person or just claiming to speak for all black people. It's like, it's such a fucking stupid stance. Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? This one is me responding to someone saying all black people are voting for...
I will say this makes the other clip from Sean Hannity even funnier. The Sean Hannity clip where he's like, look at this crash out. It's like, all right, if we're talking about crash outs, this is a lot closer to that, all right?
Eric Adams.
And will some of the older voters, even in the black community and Latino community, come out and vote for him when you have Eric Adams, the incumbent mayor, on the ballot, who still has...
Dog. Eric Adams is despised by every group in the state. Every group in the city. Like, the notion that older black...
That's not true. He's appreciated by the Turkish community, and I would expect a Turkish person to know that.
Voters are going to go for Eric Adams is insane. I mean, your analysis on this is bad. Old black voters do typically not budge due to historical mistrust. I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Dog, I know. I'm saying that the older black voting bloc goes off of the machine that directs them as an unstoppable force in whichever...
I hate how in politics Latino people magically become a singular race of people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the same, if it makes you feel better, it's the same thing with Arab people, all right? There's like Arab beef, but like, I mean, honestly, if you're just from anywhere around or near the Middle East, you're just like this particular type of brown person, and all of these are the same. And it's like, okay. It's like East Asians. It's like, hey man, why don't you ask a Korean if they feel like they're exactly like the Japanese people? And why don't you tell a Korean person you see no difference between them and Japanese people, and then get back to me. And get back to me on what they say to you. All right? Just let me know how that plays out for you, man. Oh my God. But it's like the same thing. It's like having friends that are Hispanic, or having had a lot of Hispanic friends growing up in New York, finding out that like apparently there's like this big like continental versus like islander beef between people of different Hispanic origin or ethnicity, rather. Maybe nationality would be more accurate. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Interesting. Really? Is that really the case? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, all right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Because shocker, different countries have different cultures from other countries, even if they speak the same language. I would say British people are nothing like American people. Yes, we both speak English. That's
direction the Democratic Party wants to go towards. The argument is simple. Will the Democratic establishment machine, out of fear that they'll have like an uncontrollable force like fucking Eric Adams, try to move it and funnel older black voters as a voting bloc in the direction of Zohran Mamdani? And even if they don't do that, will Zohran Mamdani still win? And I think the answer is yes. Clown take. Can you shut the fuck up when it comes to black folks? You really don't want to talk about us unless it comes from voting. When is the last time you spoke about Sudan? I'm going to ether you. Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist
I'm going to ether you is amazing.
language in this chat? Suck my cock, okay? You stupid fucking rad lib. Get the fuck out of here.
It's the same energy as me saying, I'm going to melt you with my mind.
Get the fuck out of my chat. Stupid, moronic, fucking rad lib nonsense. Suck my fucking dick. Fuck you. Suck my yes, dude. It's because I'm racist. That's why. It's because I'm racist, dude. Go back to a better time when lynchings were happening. This is what I like as a
No, dude, they didn't use like a satirical clip. No, guys, come on, stop.
black man. Are you always doing too much with black people? Leave them alone. I want to go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but relax. Man, shut the up, okay? Yeah, I'm reading someone's comment in that one. You got me, okay? You got me, because I'm a racist person.
You just heard.
He should sue for this, actually. He absolutely should. I'm sorry. Like, this is a Fox News segment, yeah? I'm not mistaken?
Go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but relax. Man, shut the up, okay? Yeah, I'm reading someone's comment in that one. You got me, okay? You got me, because I'm a racist person.
Scott Jennings is on Fox, right? Am I mistaken? No, he's on CNN. Or wait, maybe he was just appearing on CNN. My apologies. I don't know why. Sorry, I know why. I know why I thought Scott Jennings was a Fox News host. I know why, and it's because CNN is indistinguishable, especially when it comes to any foreign affairs, but apparently also in these affairs. So, all right, nice. My apologies. My apologies. I think this particular segment might have been on Fox. Okay. Well, anyways.
You just heard. Campaigns all the time.
If anyone gets duped by this edit, I'm sorry. You are the biggest moron of all time.
First, let's start with the rhetoric that is put on black people. So you and I disagree on pretty much everything political.
Dog, you know this dude is this motherfucker. Uncle Tom's favorite nephew. Ew. Why do professional black Republicans always do this? Like,
oh no, that was specifically on his podcast / radio show on Salem Media. Oh, all right. It's on Salem Media. My apologies. My apologies. Yeah, I gotta say, that is absolutely, I think, lawsuit worthy. Accusing someone of being pro-lynching when it's so obviously and so clearly a satirical clip from someone who is supposed to be a major broadcaster.
Escape the plantation. Uncle Tom's favorite nephew is like, why are you adopting white supremacists?
Even Joe Walsh thought it was lawsuit worthy, and Walsh called Hasan a Hamas-loving terrorist. Well, because I think that there's one thing to say that, like, Hasan said that America deserved 9/11 or whatever, because obviously that's what he said. Or even to say, like, Hasan hates Americans and he thinks America should be Sharia law or whatever. Like, that's fine. Like, it's not fine, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, that's their opinion about what Hasan has said, and they're extrapolating things that don't exist or aren't true based on other stuff that exists. So, like, sure. Whatever. This isn't like, this is like another level of insanity.
Framing and white supremacist language voluntarily to describe yourself is so weird, dude. Yeah, I mean, he's a PragerU guy, so of course.
The other part of that is when we start looking at what is actually hurting us on a systemic level. Let's look at policy. One of the biggest things that are hurting black Americans today is policy regarding crime. We have all of these woke DAs who are putting forth policy.
He said, we need more Klansmen as DAs, okay? Can we go back to a better time when lynchings were happening? This is what I like as a black man. Also, there's no real racism in America. My man said woke DAs, dude. What are you saying?
About like, or getting rid of policies, I should say, with like the 3 strikes rule, which is allowing repeat offenders on the street. We got.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. He said we need to repeal the 3 strikes rule. or like he said, repealing the 3 strikes rule is a bad thing. Sorry. Yeah, we need more mass incarceration.
Rid of the cash bail system, which again is letting criminals back on the street, and all this different list of issues where they're even decriminalizing theft under $900. Who is that destroying? Businesses and opportunities in Black predominant areas. So when we talk about why we're still struggling, that has a big reason, because we're losing our opportunities.
Yeah. I would just like to say that I empathize on every position that you have that you explained to me, especially when talking about people calling you names.
Why are you always doing too much with Black people? Leave them alone. I want to go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but fucking relax. Man, shut the fuck up, okay? God damn. Yes, dude. It's because I'm racist. That's why. It's because I'm...
This is giving the same... By the way, this is giving the exact same vibe as... Do you guys remember the well, I think you guys know the part of the Ethan Klein lawsuit against me where he's like, look, here she is reading a comment of someone saying, I don't want to give Ethan a view or something, so I want you to stay live. And me saying, yeah, I'm going to be live. And being like, see? It's like, you know, words mean things, right? Reading somebody else's message doesn't mean you endorse their message. Otherwise, quotations would never exist. You can attempt to place as much intention as you want, but the only statement that I made was saying, well, you can use my stream for whatever reason you want to use it. I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to stream it because I want to react to it because I think it's going to be horseshit, and it is. The only statement I made is that I'm going to be streaming. Denims is streaming. Oh, Christ almighty.
I'm fucking racist, dude. You got me. Okay, you got me because I'm a fucking racist person.
People saying really mean and nasty things to you, demeaning you.
Like, there's a line, okay, when talking about or to Black conservatives. I do not cross that line, okay? I might come near that line, but I do not cross that line. So shut the fuck up. I understand the boundaries, okay?
You because of your race, I would argue. I experienced that as a Black conservative, and it was the hardest part of being a Black conservative. But I don't understand.
Me reading a goddamn comment that I very clearly disagree with being turned into a genuine position that I have. Let's be real. If I actually believed those things that they're claiming I believe, you would straight up defend me, Scott Jennings. What are you talking about? When I say, yeah, I'm a racist, you got me, I'm being sarcastic. The 5 jump cuts in 10 seconds. What are we doing? Normie lives like my dad would get tricked. I mean, Normie lives like your dad probably also believe in AI videos too. This is the most insincere version of events. Clip chimping is too OP, please nerf. That's crazy. 7 3-second clips sequenced together by the Republican Party. Nobody believes this shit, bro. Don't get too worked up about it. I know. I don't think the only people that are believing, quote unquote, believing this stuff are people who are motivated to make this an issue. It's like this is the equivalent of me going, I love Black people. I hate when people hate Black people. And then they clip the parts to make it seem like I'm saying I hate Black people. Like to clip the different parts of the commentary to be like, see, he did it. It's incredible. The problem with this, though, is that this kind of narrative would have no partisan. This kind of narrative would immediately fall by the wayside for partisans. Like, Democrats would look at this and go, what the f are you talking about? This dude is literally an advocate for Black Lives Matter from the start. You're out of your dang mind. Saying these are his positions is totally ridiculous. If these were actually his positions, you'd be in support of him. But the issue is CNN, MS Now, a lot of legacy publishers will not do that. A lot of legacy publishers are not going to go out and say, this is total partisan hackery. You've chopped up the things that he's saying in an effort to present him as like being anti-Black, when it's very clear that's not the case. The problem is a lot of establishment media, a lot of mainstream media, a lot of conservative adjacent media also see me as a problem. They see me as a problem for other reasons. They don't see me as a problem because I speak out against police brutality. They see me as a problem because I'm a prominent critic of Israel. Let's be real. Scott Jennings is, by the way, directly paid by the pro-Israel Hasbara network. We know this to be the case. Former Trump administration campaign manager.
I, for one, am shocked. I, for one, am shocked that the clip chimpers are not good faith people that are being paid to push for propaganda against the left. Wow. I am genuinely shocked, I say.
Former Trump staffer, I forget what Brad Parscale is his name. Brad Parscale got paid millions of dollars from the Israeli government, had to register as a foreign agent to specifically engage in this influence peddling operation. This is probably one aspect of said operation. He's going to bring this shit up on an Abby Phillip panel if you don't at least threaten to sue him over it. I don't know what opportunities we have for litigation, but it is one of the grossest clip chimps I've ever seen. But Scott Jennings is a part of Salem Media. Salem Media is the white nationalist, Christian nationalist network, right? And Salem Media got a lot of money from Brad Parscale, specifically to do pro-Israel commentary, to attack Israel's.
I like how all of these organizations, all of these media organizations always end up taking money from from the Russian government or some obscure Russian source, Tim Pool, to push the craziest things. And then they pretend like, no, my opinions, they're all my own, for sure. If you just ignore the bags of money that I got for using or having these opinions, all of my opinions are my own.
Critics. So just remember that. When you think about this kind of thing, remember that there is a network of money and moneyed interest coming directly from the Israeli government to conduct this kind of narrative peddling. Happy to help form a litigation team for you to go after these clowns. I mean, I'll look at what options are available to me because, yeah, this is completely out of control. I mean, it's such an unbelievable attempt to slander, to smear. I mean, I don't know if there's an opportunity here to pursue litigation. Probably. It is one of the instances where it is very clear that they are chopping things down. I don't know what the legal avenues I have for defamation. Like, I don't know if there are other previous cases where someone has just been clipped like this so blatantly to present the exact opposite of their position. They're testing how insane they can get before you hit them with a lawsuit. I'm warning you, they're testing what they can get away with. Stop saying that you won't do it. No, I'm not. I'm not saying I won't do it. I think this is consequential. This is clear cut defamation.
I mean, it's a massive media organization. If that, so I do agree that the target of a lawsuit is important. It's the same as the mentality that people have about you wouldn't download a car or whatever, right? Surely everyone on the internet agrees there's a moral difference between robbing an old lady and watching something on the internet, watching the recent Spider-Man movie or whatever fucking movie on the internet on some website, being a fucking pirate that's sailing the 7 seas. Surely everyone here agrees that there is a moral difference between these two. I mean, there's also a legal difference, but a moral difference, absolutely, right? If not a massive media conglomerate or a political pundit that should know better, who would you ever sue? And I'm not trying to be annoying, but genuinely.
He's showing your clip. He's just showing your clips. How will you
showing your clip? Dude.
Prove intent? Great question. I already gave you the example, right? If I were to say, I love black people and I hate when people hate black people, and they cut it down to make it seem like I was saying I hate black people, that's obviously defamation. It's not my position at all. They're trying to say that I'm racist. They're trying to say that I'm pro-lynching. The edit itself and the additional commentary surrounding the edit itself is totally ridiculous. Statement is actual malice standard of Times v. Sullivan. They made this statement either knowing it was false or with reckless disregard to the truth. Yeah. As a public figure, you'll have to prove actual malice, tough standard. I don't know if that's such a tough standard because I think my advocacy in this space for the last 13 years actually proves, especially if there's enough evidence of these guys in the past criticizing my commentary being too pro-black, right? And that probably isn't that hard to find because I've been around the block for a very long time. Black people, leave them alone. I want to go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but fucking relax. Man, shut the fuck up, okay? God damn. Yes, yeah, I'm literally reading a comment. And they clipped it in a way to make it seem like that's my own personal assessment, my own personal opinion. Like, look at all of the surrounding evidence that's readily available that's lost in the context here in the way that they cut this. I'm sorry. This is clear-cut, reckless disregard for the truth, especially considering that I'm reading someone else's comment and saying I disagree with it. There is 0% chance that the person who clipped it, the Republican NRSC account that clipped this and put it in a compilation, thought that this was a sincerely held belief of mine. Because if they did, they wouldn't have actually taken the time and effort to just zoom into my face. They wouldn't have taken the time and effort to clip just me reading the comment. This is ridiculous. Doesn't the Fox News commentator explicitly say that's your position? Yes, that is exactly what they're saying. And that's what Andrew Colvett is saying here as well. So here's the thing. We're now beginning to learn the tactic that will be deployed by the Republican Party in the midterms, right? They're not just going to say, oh, Hasan is a radical. This channels his viewpoint, but is like egregious, right? He hates America because he said this or that. Like, there's a different standard, right? There's something you can say by using my 9/11 comments, even if it's untrue, is to say that, like, oh, I hate America. I think that that's like a more difficult case to prosecute. A more difficult.
This is the point that I was making, where it's like generally defamation doesn't cover, or like you can't proceed with defamation claims if you're trying to just say like your opinion. Your opinion on someone is not necessarily defamatory. Now, whether or not people believe that you were sharing your opinion or a factual statement is important. But if you say, like, I don't like Hasan because I feel like he hates America, that's not defamatory. That's not even close to defamatory. Versus, like, I know Hasan because I know that he did this crime, then that would be defamatory, right? And I don't know, man. I think that this is, like, pretty brutal. My mother actually texted me and told me that the Hasan I watch sometimes hates black people. I cannot tell if you're being sarcastic. I literally can't tell.
More difficult defamation case to prosecute. But it's clear that they're not just doing that. They're going to turn around and not just say that, like, oh, Hasan is Hasan is in favor of bad things for America. They're just going to straight up say things that are the opposite of what I believe. And they're going to, they're testing the waters right now.
I said that they basically, this DSA movement is motivated by a hatred of white America. Well, actually, it turns out they hate anything that gets in their way. Any group that doesn't get on and refuses the revolution, that's who's up against the DSA. And so Hasan Piker is a malignant, parasitical force in American politics, and I hope he's rejected as he should be.
So I just don't understand why more Democrats are not calling him out.
Perhaps it's because you guys have made up a phenomena, and most people are of sound mind, and they recognize that you're insincerely launching this conquest.
Democrats look to regain control of Congress. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker has emerged as a lightning rod within the party.
Who's Hasan Piker, prominent streamer dividing the Democratic Party? KATV? What the
Progressives embracing his young male audience, while moderate Democrats have pushed back.
This aired on local Sinclair media in the country? What the Now local Sinclair media is up my ass too? Holy moly. Oof. Rupert Murdoch is obviously put the crosshairs on me, and now we got Sinclair on top of it too. Jesus Christ!
Against his inflammatory rhetoric.
I do legitimately think these guys are trying to get me killed. I will say it. I mean, it doesn't feel great to be in this situation, but it's obvious that the narrative is set in where the goal here is to just basically say, like, this is the most nefarious, most toxic force in American politics. Someone has to do something.
Look, we're seeing now past video of Francesca Hung.
I will say on this sort of topic, I do feel okay, I don't know how to talk about this. I saw some tweets from, like, I guess Haas Twitter talking about how considering that there's so much, I think even Austin Knox was tweeting about it, considering that there's so much attention and media attention on Hasan right now, I think this is a great opportunity to bring back Hogwatch. Because if you have all these eyes on you, wouldn't it be worthwhile to bring out some of the best segments? Because realistically, the people that, like, this is my, again, radical opinion, which is, I feel, I think in order to be a content creator on the internet, you have to be a little bit delusional. You have to feel like you're kind of, like, in your brain that you can overcome all odds just because of how, like, statistically unlikely it is, right? Time for Chad Vice. I'm just saying. And I think it's like, I want to bring up this clip that I saw. Someone clipped my stream in a way that, someone clipped the stream appearance that I had, and I kind of wanted to build off of a different point that I was making on his show. That I genuinely, maybe delusionally, believe that I can convince anyone to be a Denims enjoyer. That even the biggest, like, Denims hater, I can convince them that my stream is entertaining and it's fun, and they're wrong to not enjoy watching the stream. And I don't really care if that other people think that that's delusional or whatever. That's how I view it. That's how I view the stream. That's how I view the show. That's an insane belief, and I think it's a based one. All right. Because realistically, the people that you're not going to move, why care about them? Right? The people that you genuinely have no control over, why even bother caring about them? Because, like, they're not going to be moved anyways, so who gives a shit? It's the same with Hasan chilling with a bear. Did I miss this meme? I might have not. I might have missed this meme. Where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? I do think we should bring back the fun segments, or Hasan should bring back the fun segments and, like, the Hogwatch segments, because realistically, again, I think a lot of the people that, like, don't like Hasan or think that he's all these things, I think if they tuned into a stream and it was entertaining and it was fun, people would keep watching. I mean, that's why people keep watching shitty creators, right? It's because the content is entertaining. And when you talk to people who watch shitty creators, they will tell you, yeah, I mean, I know that he's kind of shitty, but, like, I just, like, he's entertaining to watch, so I don't know. Yeah, but it's so entertaining. And I think we could use that. I think the left should and could use that to their advantage. Why can't I find this? There was a tweet that I saw that was really good. Maybe I retweeted it. Maybe I retweeted it. Let's see. I guess not. Maybe it was here. Oh, here it is. Is this post? This sort of, like, segues into a different topic that I wanted to talk about. We're talking about, this is before I went on Hasan's stream. This is from the 3rd. We're talking about different streamers at work, and one older dude said he doesn't really watch streamer, but he likes the clips he sees of that Asmongold guy, and all the younger guys in the office just groaned. And we ended up watching Asmongold's video on whatever the fuck it was. It was like he got banned or he was sick or something. I don't fucking know. And we talked about Asmongold a little bit, and I kind of got into it. So let me watch. That was amazing. That was 10 out of 10. I do think that the majority of people who watch, because like, you know, like most viewers are lurkers. I feel like the majority of people just put him on as background noise and they're like, he's reasonable, but they're not like processing any of the things that he's saying.
I think it's cope. I think there's just a lot of shitty people on the planet.
I think that there are. I just think the majority of them aren't.
I don't know. Because like there have been so many instances where I've just like kind of given up, basically.
Maybe it's because like I'm my sample size and my pool is different because I've been in multiple Discords with friends that don't know that I stream or whatever, and one of them will randomly be like, "Oh, I love Asmongold," or like, "I watch Asmongold," and everyone else in the call is like, "Oh, dude, that's cringe," and he's like, "No, he's like pretty reasonable," and they're like, "What did you think when he said this?" He's like, "I didn't know that he said that." "What did you think when he said that?" "Oh, I didn't know when he said that." I think the majority of the people are like, "Oh, I didn't know that he was like a loser. My bad. I thought he was just like he doesn't shower." That was amazing. You have friends who don't know you stream? No, I'm in like servers and friends of friends won't know, like they don't know who I am. So they don't know that I stream. I mean, that's the same thing. No, they're totally different. If you think that they're the same thing, I encourage you to talk to more people because they're completely different. It's not like I'm intentionally hiding it or something like that. It'll be like, I'm on my Discord account, but people don't know who I am. So they'll just talk about these issues or they'll talk about these things like openly. And I don't really like to weigh in on these topics because I feel like I already have to do that on the stream. I'm not doing it on my off time too. You know what I mean? But it's funny because like in a lot of servers that I've been in, it's the same response every time. If you're in like a relatively normal server, everyone will like cringe. But this is also applicable in real life, where everyone you know will cringe and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, that's so cringy." And it's because like, I think a lot of content by most people is watched as background noise, right? Like a lot of the times when I'm looking for a YouTube video to watch with my food, I don't care what the video is. I just want it to be pleasant to listen to and it's sort of entertaining. And the majority of, I think, Asmongold's stream operates that way for most viewers. I think a lot of people, they put it on and they're like, okay, whatever, I'll just play this. And they're not listening to like everything he's saying. And most of the time he's just saying like unbelievably like milquetoast things. Like the cop listening to Asmon on a call. Yeah. And I think that there are some people that are actually genuinely like shitty people. Obviously, duh. But I think most people that watch content creators online are not like hyper stans of any particular creator. Most people just have a very casual relationship with the content that they watch online. And they don't have any like strong allegiances or alliances. They're just listening and they're like, okay, this is entertaining enough. I legit caught my coworker watching Dr. Disrespect and ironically, but to be fair, people do this like coworker and we all hope he gets fired soon. Oh. I watched, one chatter said I watched Asmon at one point if I'm being honest. Well, I think a lot of people watched Asmon back before he started talking about politics or whatever. It's because it's good background noise. Back when he just did like, wow. What was I going to say with this on this topic? Oh, I think like when you keep, not to be an AI chatbot right now, but when you keep the vibes light and we just take it wherever you want, you tell me what you want to do and we'll just go from there. Yep, sure, we'll keep the vibes light. Got it. Absolutely. Got it. We'll just keep the vibes light and go from there. I think when that's the vibe of like the stream, I think most people are kind of down, personally. That's just my opinion. And I think nobody wants to be caught watching someone that's cringe. So I think, I don't know, maybe this is like pure copium or hopium or whatever. I genuinely think if Hasan just started doing a bunch of Hogwatch again, doing fun segments again, I think people would be, I think all of the Fox News coverage would turn into advertising for him. Because people would tune in, they would watch it, and they'd be like, this is actually kind of entertaining. I don't like this guy, but like, I'm kind of entertained. I've looked at like, I've gotten like, ban appeals from people who are like, okay, I got it. I was a little too hostile, but I actually, even though I disagree with literally everything you say, Your stream's pretty entertaining and I miss reading chat. Could you unban me? I won't type in chat anymore. So, like, I think it's a good idea, dude. I personally think so. I think it would help diffuse a lot of the hit pieces more and bring in more normies, yeah. So you're saying he needs to go back to watching 90 Day Fiancé and all will be solved? No, I'm saying we need to go back to bringing women on and making them watch Joe Rogan. Concretely, how should he make his streams more entertaining? Well, I think Hogwatch is a great example. I think he killed it with Hogwatch. I don't think anyone's ever done Hogwatch as well as Hasan has done Hogwatch. I think he should do Hogwatch again. I think Hogwatch was peak. I think Hank Pecker was peak. I think he should do Hogwatch. I think he should do Chadvice. I think he should do Hank Pecker. I'm not saying, like, nothing serious ever, but I'm saying, like, cutting through some of the... Like, even Majority Report has, like, the fun half that they do. Because it's nice to cut through some of, like, the everyday politics with something that's fun. Especially when you have, like, a bunch of eyes on you. Isn't that the best time to, like, convince those people that this is actually fun? Fun work, fun content, or whatever. He always says he needs to do more fun reacts again, and then he never does. Mm-hmm. Denims Chadvice. I would have the best guests, chat. I know a lot of... almost said crazy people. That's derogatory. I know people who live life on the edge who would be great at Chadvice. I'm good at collecting people, okay? I'm good at collecting specimens, all right? I like collecting interesting people in my life. And I've collected many an interesting character. But imagine him doing a stream as Dr. Jihad, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. We don't even do murder interrogation and audit the auditors anymore. Yeah, when I'm talking about, like, Hogwatch, this is what I'm talking about.
Famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually.
The idea of communism is, like, absolutely liberating. It's the idea of, like, embracing a collective spirit to, like, build a better world.
Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Caitlin Bennett pooped her pants in college.
Caitlin Bennett lived in Venezuela. She wouldn't have any pants to poop in. It's only thanks to capitalism that Caitlin was able to poop in her pants.
Pretty tight.
So is Liberty Hangout Show.
Liberty Hangout Show.
Subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Notifications, subscribe.
Can you tell us Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel? Subscribe. Give
Liberty.
Us a
Wait. Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe to.
Perfect. Okay. Question for you.
Like, I think this shit is so amazing, man. Come on.
Yeah, hi guys. Do you want to do a group interview here?
Me and James are both white people. Like, we are in the oppressive class, and like we recognize.
Am I in the oppressive?
Wow, an Italian who knows that they're white. Interesting. Hey, why don't the Italians in my
real voice lol
community?
Well, and ironically, I think, like, him bringing on Stabby is good. This is, like, just maybe I might just be, sorry, not wrong. There are streams on Twitch that I would never watch that are very good. Like, speed streams. There are very few of speed streams that I've watched because it's too high energy. I'm like, oh, can I get something a little bit more chill? I don't have it in me to watch this. But I love Speed. I love the content that Speed does. I understand why Speed is popular. I understand why he gets great viewership. And I think he obviously should. But I'm not going to sit down and watch it because I'm like, I'm not the correct audience, I think, for this. It's a little too much energy for me. I'm just a sloth, okay? So maybe it's just my humble opinion that I think this, and like the content that I like is has some more variety and has some like more Hogwatch and stuff, and I think it's good. I think Majority Report has the right idea when they bring on, like when they do the fun half and then they do like the, you know, the serious half or whatever. All these hog creators are gone now. It's like Tyler, Olivia spouting great replacement theory. That's not true. PBD is great Hogwatch. Or like even Hogwatch in the form of like, Lane, are we really doing this right now? Lane, are we really doing this? Like that's still like, I've never laughed so hard when watching the Hasan stream when he reacted to the Chibi Reviews video. There's lots of Hogwatch for those with eyes to see. Like, PBD is so fucking funny to watch. I'm a numbers guy. And, like, I think watching SlopTubers gets really boring because they literally, the problem with SlopTubers is that they don't actually have a personality of their own. They're just, like, the vehicle for the delivering of anti-content. Right? Whereas Hogwatch is like, these people have their own personality. They have their show, which is why they're entertaining to make fun of, like PBD or like Tim Pool. Whereas M. Pregasus is boring after a certain point because he doesn't add anything entertaining. It's like, it's just some loser delivering some internet drama and that's it. That's it. It's the whole thing. Like, I can't think of a distinctive M. Pregasus personality trait other than him being pregnant. Like, nothing comes to mind, right? PBD has, like, how many iconic one-liners? Not JLP. Jordan Peterson, how many iconic one-liners? Clean your room! Like, he has so many iconic one-liners, right? Or even Tim Pool. It can't be me. It's got to be everybody else. Like, these people all have very distinct personalities that I think make them very fun to make fun of. They're not just delivering. They're not just the fucking box that delivers the goods. Right? Even with eyes to see. Yeah, that was Jordan Peterson as well. It was like, there are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see them. And it's like a bottle of water. It's like literally a water bottle. It's a photo of him holding a water bottle. And it's like the light reflecting in the water bottle. Like it's or like, yeah, Candace Owens talking about like the X-Men, that Charlie Kirk was an X-Men member. Like, that's objectively amazing. Like, hello, these people are all like very distinct personalities in their own right, and that makes great Hogwatch. Rather than, like, SlopTubers they're just kind of bored. Like, what is Willie Mac Show best known for? Like, having a face that looks like it was built in Skyrim's like engine, or like not even Skyrim, Morrowind's engine. It's got like the least amount of polygons I've ever seen on a human face. Besides that, I can't think of anything unique he's done. That's it. That's all I can think of. Same engine but updated. Oblivion, sorry. You're finally awake. Oh man. All right, guys. I'm actually like I've been dying for like the past hour and change from being sick. Like, my throat is gonna give out any second now. I don't know if you guys have noticed that my voice has gotten worse as the stream has continued. No, Max Miller, I fucking forgot. Someone please get me to do Max Miller tomorrow, all right? We'll do Max Miller. We'll cover that tomorrow. I'm gonna go have some more tea and relax. But thank you guys, everyone, for tuning into the stream. I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Please have a great rest of your day. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. And I will hopefully give you guys some more cat updates as soon as I get them, all right? Okay, bye.